estate to real estate. It's Money Matters with Dino.
I am happy to announce our newest TLP, our trusted local professional, Steele Insurance Agency. And I wanted to introduce the owner of Steele Insurance Agency, Troy Steele, and the regional manager down in our area over here in Southern California, Steve Renteria. Guys, thank you for doing the kind of business you do, being as honorable as you are in business. And these are the things we look for when we choose a company that we can endorse over to our listeners. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
I want to just kind of stop talking about insurance for a second and talk about you guys and talk about the company and how it was formed and why you guys are better than your competition.
Well, yeah, I've been in business, I guess, for about 22 years. We started, obviously, like most college graduates, looking for a job for about a year or so, and no jobs were available, apparently, when I was after graduation. So the first person I met, I said that I found out he was doing investments, actually with an investment company. I guess I shouldn't say the name. But I said, how do I get into investments? How do I get into doing what you're doing? And he gave me some great advice. He says, honestly, Troy, if I had to do it all over again, I would do insurance. So about 2 weeks went by and I saw an ad in the paper for insurance. And so I went in there and looked at it. I don't know what that guy said, but he showed me some numbers on how much money you can make. And
that definitely tells us all how old you are if you saw an ad in the paper.
Yeah, I guess it does. And so anyways, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm just going, is that a month or a year that you make that? And he goes, no, that's a month. And I'm going, after 5 years, you can make that much money? Okay, what do I have to do? So I went out and got my licenses and started it up. Okay, about 8 years later, we built a very good agency, about $3 million in premium. Okay, so that brings in a good income, but we created a lot of systems during that 8-year span. And so my company that I was working for, it was a big, one of the big name companies that you'll see on commercials every day of the week, right? And they recruited me to become a district manager, which basically I'm recruiting and training new agents to do exactly what I did, okay? During that time frame, we actually got better, okay, at our systems, and we created what I used to say is we created the best insurance agent in the world in about 30 to 90 days, depending on how fast of a learner this guy was, okay? So there was a little problem, little hiccup in my career with that company because we were there for 17 years. About 5 years prior to me leaving, they kind of went to the dark side, I say, okay, where they asked me to do some unethical things which I could not do, okay? And give you an example, one time they asked me to terminate a few of my buddies and agents that were under me, okay? And one was with the company for 15 years, one was with the company for 20 years and 30 years, okay? And I'm just going, no, I'm not going to do that. These guys are good people. They have a great family, and they're servicing their clients just fine. But their production was a little low. And my company said, no, you're going to do this program. And I said, no, I'm not. So long story short, we parted ways after about 5 years of that. And I never ended up letting go of those guys. They're actually still there today. I think most of them are. Some of them might have retired because they were on the older side. But anyways, during that time frame, that 5 years, we were kind of devising this brokerage opportunity because, again, we knew the management company is not somebody we would continue working for the rest of our lives. So we created this Steele Insurance Agency Incorporated. Great name, right? Okay, yeah. Very original last name. Okay, and so, but we do insurance and we do it well for our clients, and that's the key thing. Our motto phrase is doing the right things for our clients every day, and that's going to lead us to success as well as our company, and that's proven true. So, over the last 4 years, we've been one of the fastest growing not just life insurance brokerages, but also auto and home insurance brokerages in the nation. And so it's just proven by the stats that those companies give us on a monthly basis, but also an annual basis. But that's how we kind of got here, and I guess I think I talked my stay again.
You always do, though, right? And Steve, I've done work with you now, right, and I've seen it firsthand, which is what started this whole thing, where I decided to invite you guys in and kind of vet you out a little bit, and I've seen it firsthand with my own clients that I referred over. And you guys do an amazing job. You don't just go in and do the bare minimum. and you don't go in trying to oversell to make extra money. You go in and you actually listen to what the client's needs are, and you help them with what their needs are. So on your end, you've talked many times about a full comprehensive plan that you put together for them. Explain to us just briefly what the overall process would be when you first meet with the client.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first meet with a client, we always start with what is most important to them, because I want to know what is my client's thinking as far as when it comes to insurance and things like that. Most of the time, we're always talking about price. But when I ask them that question, they always say their family. And so the conversation moves into protecting their family and their assets that they've worked so hard to gain. And so when we do that, we go through with each client what we call a financial review, which would include an asset protection formula, which looks at all their liquid assets that could be at risk. We go through a life insurance review, and then we educate the client on how the policy works and make recommendations on the coverages. And so when we leave, it's really a nice feeling when you get the compliment, gosh, Steve, I've learned more about insurance in the last hour than I knew in the last 20 years. I never even knew what my policy did. It makes me feel great. And so you leave there with satisfaction knowing that you've not only helped this customer, you've protected them properly, but most of the time we walk out and we've saved them a lot of money.
Yeah, that's great. And Steve, you've helped, like I said, a lot of my clients so far. And the piece that I've appreciated the most, that again brought me to inviting you guys on to the TLP network, is the referral. When a client refers you to a family member or a friend, to me that's the ultimate compliment.
It is.
So again, I just want to thank you guys both for becoming our newest TLPs, and we want to invite you, if you have any insurance needs, or even if you're not sure, just call us up or go to our website, moneymatterswithdino.com, and click on the information there. We'll put you in touch with a member from the Steele Insurance Agency in your area, and they'll just do a little comprehensive review on what your needs are. Thank you.